Alright, I wanted to go over using virtual attributes in Phoenix and Ecto. So I've got a CRUD app here. All it has is a user model, basic CRUD, name, and password. What I'm going to use the virtual attribute for is the password confirmation. I don't want that saved anywhere, don't need it saved anywhere. I just need to make sure that when they update or create a new user that the password matches the password confirmation. So first I'm going to start here in the model. I need the field. Call it password confirmation. It's going to be a string and it is going to be virtual. Yeah, let's set that to true. Alright. Oh, I misspelled that. Virtual true. Alright. So now when this gets passed in, it won't be saved or persisted in the database. I'm going to set this in the optional fields here. Password confirmation. Okay. So now we need some kind of functionality to make sure that when record receives these password and password confirmation that they match. So for that, I'm going to use a validation. I'm going to write a custom one here. So validate passwords match. Alright, so my validator will receive the change set from that guy, and it should return a change set. So let's write that definition out right here. Alright, validate passwords match. It takes in the change set and passes it back out. Alright, so when I get a password confirmation or the password is sent in, I only want to look for a validation when there's a change. So if the password doesn't change, we don't need to run this validation. We'll just send back the change set. Ecto has that built in, so we can just take advantage of Ecto's validate change. That takes in a change set. And then you need the name of the field that you're checking if it changed. And then you can do a function. The first thing here would be the name of the field. We're not going to use that. And then next the value. So whatever the password is. So we'll type in a password for that. Alright. So what we need to check here is if the password equals to the password confirmation, right? And if it does, then we're not going to send back any errors. If it does not match, then we want to add the error to the password doesn't match. Alright, great. The problem is, I don't know why that format's like that. The problem is we're going to need this password confirmation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that out of the change set. I thought that it would be in the changes of the change set, but since it's virtual, it's not in there. It's only going to be in the params. So I'm going to do a little pattern matching here. Params. Alright. Oops. Params equals the change set. Alright. So that's going to pattern match on the params map inside of change set. Then we can pull out our password confirmation by doing a map get. That guy, put in a change set, and the key is password confirmation. Alright, perfect. So now all we need to do is add this field to our form and submit that on through. So let's go on over to our user form. Alright, so I'm just going to copy that guy. Okay, and change that to confirmation. Okay, and password information. Perfect. And let's make sure this all works. Let's create a new user, Corey, password test. Let's not put one in there. Oh, password doesn't match. Let's try to put some value, doesn't match. Let's try this again. Oh, it's not working, so we got a problem here. Alright, so probably did something wrong in the user model here. See, as I was pulling it out of the change set, I needed to pull it out of the params. Alright. And it works, great. And let's verify that it works if you change something else and not the password. So say a user just updating their name or email, and they didn't put in password or they didn't change that, you know, still works just fine. But if they did change this or they put in something like that, still the password didn't change, so it's not gonna validate that. But if you did change the password, this doesn't match. Alright, great. That's all for virtual attributes and using a custom validator.